Bottom of the sixth inning coming your way here from sunny Thomas More Stadium in northern Kentucky. The Yaws are enjoying the good weather as well as a 2-1 lead. They've got the top of the order coming up here in the bottom of the sixth, and Ed Johnson, Hank Zeitzler, and Brian Fuentes. Although those three, in fact, the top five batters in the Yaws order have combined for 0 hits so far. None of them have even reached base. So maybe we'll see them get into desperation mode as Will Armbruster continues to dominate. He might be trailing, but he has been really good, only allowing 3 hits to complement those 2 runs. Righty-righty matchup with Johnson at the plate. Third time leading off this season. First pitch bounces off the back of the dish. Johnson was tapped to lead off on Sunday in the last game of the series in Evansville, the tail end of that 6-game road stretch between the Schaumburg Boomers and the Evansville Otters. And the Yaws won that 6th game. 1-2, swing and a dribbler up the middle through to center field. Johnson has his first hit of the night, and the Yaws have a leadoff man aboard here in the 6th inning, leading 2-1.
Yeah, that ends a streak of 9 consecutive retired from Will Armbruster. That's good to see, and I love to see Ed Johnson out there in the top of the order. I mean, a sack bunt his last time around, able to move a runner, into scoring position there. Now Bertie Chavez, granted, we stranded him out on second, but having some situational ball at the top, that's always great.
Here's Hank Zeitzler batting from the left side. First pitch, he swings and tapers it to the backstop foul. Armbruster pitched 3 college seasons at New Mexico before taking his senior year at Arizona State. Also played summer ball in the very prestigious Cape Cod League. That was last year. This is his first season of professional ball. Second time seeing the Yaws. His 0-1. Swing and a drive to deep right center field, tailing back towards the fence. That 2 hops the wall. Johnson motors around second. He torches third. Relay home. Johnson dives. He's in! Yaws lead 3-1. Hank Zeitzler into second with a big double. Hank Zeitzler cranks that one into the gap and brings the speedy Ed Johnson around. The Yaws did not have a hit in their first 5 batters, 2 times through the order. And right after we talk about that, Rory, their leadoff man and number 2 hitter go back-to-back with big swings. That brings up the 3 hitter in Brian Fuentes. He's also 0 for 2, if you couldn't tell. First pitch to the righty. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. And Hank Zeitzler, he is the Yaws leader in doubles this season. That makes it 11 on the year. He's the only one in double digits in that category. 0-1 to Fuentes. He watches that one bounce outside. Back pick to second. Zeitzler dives, and he's in. Brian Fuentes at the plate. He's been good with the extra base hits. He's got 8 of them this year. 5 doubles, 3 home runs. Also an author of 13 RBIs to date. 1-1. Watches a slider across the zone for strike 2. 1-2 count.
How about Zeitzler with his team leading 11th double on the season?
Yeah, he is the king of extra base hits for the Yaws. Armbruster peers back at second, decides on home. The 1-2 bounces. Zeitzler stays put at second base. Would not expect Hank Zeitzler to run. He's tried to steal 3 times this season. He's only been successful once. And all of those were going from first to second. He hasn't tried any from second to third. Armbruster kicks high and deals a 2-2. Misses at the letters. Full count for Brian Fuentes.
He got a stolen base last night.
He did. So they are keeping an eye on him. But again, that was first to second. He has not shown any inclination to try and swipe third. 3-2, Armbruster looks back at second again, deals home, misses outside. Brian Fuentes is aboard with a walk. He started off the season with, a 19-game on-base streak? Did he get up to 20 on this season?
He got to 35. On the season, it was at 22.
22. And dating back to last year was 35. That was snapped last week. Mound visit for Windy City. Manager Bobby Jenks taking a long stroll out to the rubber to talk to Armbruster. There is some action in the Windy City bullpen, but Jenks has not asked for the baseball yet. Brian Fuentes walking on a full count for the 10th time this season. That is the highest number of walks with a 3-2 count on the Yaws. He has the best on base percentage on the team in a full count. It's already up to 625 on the season. That means when there's a full count, roughly, 5 out of every 8 plate appearances, he's getting a board.
Yeah, no, he's been great.
That brings up TJ Reeves. Jenks sulks back to the dugout while Armbruster digs back into the rubber. TJ Reeves batting from the right side. He's got runners in scoring position, and he's been good in that situation, batting .303 with a man on second or third. First pitch to the righty, swings and pops it foul over the right side. The Alls lead 3-1 thanks to Hank Zeisler's RBI double that brought around the leadoff man, Ed Johnson, at the beginning of this inning.
Reeves 0 for 6 so far in this series. I would love to see him break out in a big way. One of those iconic right center field 3-run shots. What do you say?
Well, here's the 0-1. He took a home run swing but didn't get any contact. So an 0-2 count. I think he's got an earpiece and can hear you, Rory. He usually hits home run. Every home run that he's hit at Thomas More Stadium, you've been on play-by-play.
Oh,
so I think he waits for you.
You're right. I forgot about that.
But can he break the trend? Can he prove me wrong? Turnaround pick to second. Zeisler dives back in head first, and he's safe.
The daylight pick. That's one where the catcher, I don't know, have you had that play where the catcher will just throw the glove down, and that means the second baseman's breaking in, and pitcher's not even watching the runner on first, but it's like a timed play for a pickoff attempt.
Here's the 0-2 to Reeves. Swing and a miss. Caught him inside with some high cheese for out number 1. Runners on first and second. The Alls lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that brings up Zade Richardson, who is tied with TJ Reeves, the team lead in RBIs with 24. And I caught for 10 years, and I was well acquainted with that move. I never picked anyone off of second base from behind the dish, but I had a few pitchers who could make that turnaround play.
You caught stealings?
I was fantastic catching, running, stealing.
What was the pop time?
First pitch to Zade Richardson. Fastball outside for ball 1. My pop time, I have no idea, but it was good. I mean, my last year of baseball, my senior year, I had a fielding percentage of 1,000. You don't mess with me, Rory.
There you go.
1-0. Swipe and a miss. Richardson way out in front of the curveball. That one 81 miles per hour, and it ended up in the dirt. Richardson, a graduate of the Cardinals organization, made it up to Double-A. This is his second year of pro ball with the Yalls. That pitch misses inside. Throw over to first to check on Fuentes. He's back safely.
That was a close one for Fuentes.
He laughs it off and walks back behind the first baseman, Joe Johnson. I read from Scott Hatteberg, the famed A's first baseman during the Moneyball season, that he got great conversations there. 2-1 runs up high to Richardson. It's a 3-1 count. He made the switch to first base during that season. I think that was 2002.
Yep.
And he was moving from catcher, and he said he felt way better about the way he talked to other guys at first base and behind the dish. Felt way more open. 3-1. Swinging a dribbler off to third base, but it hit Richardson's ankle, so he walks that off and gets set to go back into the box with a full count. Zade Richardson this season in full counts has been fantastic. 3 for 8, but only 1 RBI. Yesterday, he led off every time he was at the bat, so he didn't have many opportunities to bring anyone around. Went 1 for 4 yesterday. Zeisler on second, Fuentes on first, 1 away. The 3-2. Fastball down the middle. It escapes the catcher and runs to the backstop. Fuentes takes second, Zeisler takes third, and Figueroa jogs back to home plate with the ball. 2 away now. Richardson is standing on first base. He took off, but that is illegal. He's going to have to go back to the dugout. You cannot take first base on a drop third strike if at the beginning of that play, first base is occupied and there are fewer than 2 out. And he is making the trot back to the dugout now. He strikes out for the first time today, going 0 for 3 now.
He technically did a job.
He did.
Moved runners into scoring position.
That brings up Steven Hrustich. He's been doing the job since being signed by the Yalls 2 days ago. And his 1.5 days as a pro baseball player Now after his debut yesterday, he's 3 for 6. First pitch to the righty out of Michigan. Slider misses outside and low. It's a 1-0 count. Hrustic signed to the Yawls after 5 college seasons, 4 at Northwestern, has last this year in 2024 at U of M. Made first team All Big Ten. 1-0 to the righty. He swings and pops it up over the press box and foul. Hrustic got his first career hit in his second at-bat yesterday. In high school, he was a collegiate baseball newspaper second-team All-American, and he played in the Georgia State All-Star game. His sister is kind of a crackerjack softball player as well at Delaware. 1-1. He waits on a changeup at the top of the zone, called strike 2. Unfortunately for his sister Grace, she had season-ending surgery about 3 games into the season. So she's waiting on the injured list, but her Twitter is all full of retweets of her brother Steven's highlights. 1-2. Changeup outside and low for ball 2. The Alls lead 3-1. They have runners in scoring position, and Hank Zeisler on third and Brian Fuentes on second. With 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th, this is the first time that Hrustic is coming up with runners in scoring position. He didn't get an opportunity with anyone on second or third yesterday. The 2-2. Swinging a pop fly over the backstop again. He stays alive. Every single at-bat today, Hrustic has gone to a 2-strike count. He singled his first time up and scored on the Langston Ginder 2-run homer. After that, he struck out last time in the 4th inning. Ginder's 2-run homer was the difference until this inning when Hank Zeisler scored Ed Johnson on the double. 2-2. Swinging a rope into left field. In comes Rodriguez. He lets it fall. Zeisler scores. Fuentes around third. He's got the green light. The relay home. He dives. Safe! 5-1 Florence. Stephen Hrustic has his first professional RBIs. And with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th, the Yawls are enjoying a 3-run inning. That brings up Langston Ginder. And last time Hrustic singled his way aboard, we just talked about what happened. He sent the ball 400 feet over the right field wall. Ginder crowds the plate on the left side in an open stance. He wears a black shin guard on his front leg. First pitch runs towards that shin guard in the dirt for ball 1. Very well populated Wednesday night here in Florence. Blue skies overhead. 1-2, swing and a chopper out to the first base side and foul. Fielded off the Yawls dugout by pitcher Edgar Martinez. He's not starting in this series, so he gets to hang out in the sunken-in area off to the first base side with all the boys instead of out in the bullpen. And he shows off his, well, not his glove, that was barehanded. 1-1, Ginder swings and chugs it to deep right center field. Diving in center is Phelps, and he drops it. Hrustic being waved around third. He chases home. The throw to the plate is way offline to the backstop, and into second is Langston Ginder. 6-1 Yawls. That is the second extra base hit of the inning for Florence. Their 4th run as well. Langston Ginder, who homered back in the 2nd inning, has his 3rd RBI. And that is it for Will Armbruster. Manager Bobby Jenks, a 2-time Major League All-Star with the White Sox, winning the World Series there, has to make the trap that he dreaded when he was a pitcher, watching the manager take the baseball away from you. Armbruster done after 5 2/3 innings pitched. We'll get you the new pitcher after a quick break here on the Florence Yawls Baseball Network. A 6-1 Yawls lead.